gentlemen, welcome to the Sib and On podcast. I'm Unk.
And I'm Sib, a very indifferent, neutral Arsenal fan.
All right, well, with that being said, welcome to episode number
8. Yep.
8. We have a lot to talk about today. We have a jam-packed show.
Yes.
We wanted to touch back on a former Arsenal, Aubameyangs, who's putting on a show in France. Competition in Spain basically over. And we have two teams that are absolutely wheels are falling off right now, Napoli and Aston Villa.
Yes.
And then also we'll take a quick run at the Champions League and see what's going on there.
Yes.
Big games coming up this weekend. But first, Man City, Liverpool.
Mr. Unk,
Yes.
you say weekend for the Champions League.
Oh, I'm sorry, this week. This week. You get what I'm saying.
Oh.
Anyways, big game for Man City, Liverpool. Also, big game for Arsenal this weekend. We'll look at that three-headed horse race right now: Man City, Liverpool, and Arsenal, and we'll see how this run plays out. You ready to go?
I'm very much ready to go.
All right, man. Let's go. Okay, my guy. Manchester City versus Liverpool today.
Yep.
I think every Arsenal fan under the globe was interested in that game.
Absolutely.
So, what are your thoughts? The game ended 1-1. Break it down for me while I sip my tea.
Sipping tea, I see. So, anyways, I think, me personally, in my opinion, between after halftime and the 70th minute, Man City gonna be 10,000 goals down. They were in shock, basically. Liverpool, that atmosphere was actually, to be honest, I want to be honest, the atmosphere at Liverpool today was amazing. I could feel it at from my TV, the TV was only at 20, so I could feel it. It was really what's the word? I could feel it.
It was electric.
It was electric, yes.
But I think that's usually what happens to a lot of teams that go to that stadium.
Yeah.
It's always. I remember last year when Arsenal was playing them, and that game was kind of headlock, and then that crowd started.
Yeah.
It gets pretty loud there. Yeah, go ahead.
So what I was saying, I think honestly, Man City got really lucky because of how they were playing, and then they also lost to Everton, which is that's really bad for them. I think that could depending on how bad it is, that could derail their season. Honestly.
Mm-hmm. He's that good. Yep.
But anyways, I think I feel like Liverpool slightly deserved to win. I feel like, but I think the draw is almost fair because based on the first half, Man City was dominated the first half. They were really good in the first half. And Liverpool, they couldn't really get a grasp of the game. It was really difficult for them. So that's what I think. But I think a draw is fair, and it's also good.
That game, I think Liverpool deserved to win. As much as it pains me to say that, I think overall they were better. If you look at that game, if you look at some of the calls the referee made, I definitely think Liverpool deserved the win.
Yeah.
And this is the neutral point of view, right?
Mm-hmm.
Liverpool showed up. I remember I said this and I think on the first episode of the season 2, I don't get the feeling that Man City is.
They're not the same anymore.
They're not the same. Something's missing.
Yeah.
I noticed that De Bruyne was annoyed.
He was so pissed off when he came off. I don't think it was something to do with him coming off. Because I remember I saw a photo of him and Pep saying something about something on the field. So I think
so I think so. No. So what happened was, because I went back and watched some of the post-game interview, and what Pep has said was Pep said he went to talk to De Bruyne to explain to him why he took him off, because he felt that Man City were having difficulty possessing the ball.
See, on that, right? Of all people on the entire field, you probably want De Bruyne possessing the ball and help you get out, in my opinion.
Yes and no. I agree, but I also think They needed a number 6. They needed a second 6. They needed a number 8. What they needed in that game, De Bruyne was not giving them. Because in that second half, they were being ran out of the stadium. So they needed somebody that can come in and protect that back line. Do I think it worked? Absolutely not. I almost want to say this is the first game that I've questioned Pep's selection.
Yeah.
Maybe not him per se, just the entire team. Something just didn't feel
It's like they
right.
were up for it, you know. That's what it felt like.
But then again, that stadium makes people, man, that stadium is loud.
It's loud.
But it was a great game. I enjoyed it. From a neutral perspective, I honestly think City should have lost that game, and I think Liverpool deserved all 3 points. From
But
an Arsenal, go ahead.
one thing is that it's kind of crazy that Liverpool, they have like 10 players out injured right now. They have like, at the moment, they have 10. So,
Which I
like,
think, all telling me back in time for the last 10 games of the season, no.
no.
Even if half of them are back, are they going to be sharp enough to carry them? Maybe not. So, with that being said, let's turn the page over to the game that happened before then.
Yes.
Arsenal Brentford. Give me a breakdown.
Man, Arsenal, bro, I ain't gonna lie. I was looking at the game, I was like, okay. You know how you say like a couple weeks ago, you said like how to start the game, how the fans are, right? I kind of got the feeling it was gonna be difficult. From like, I feel like the atmosphere was a little bit dull in a way. It was loud, but it was dull at the same time. You know?
So can I give you a little backstory with that? If you notice, Arsenal Stadium has not been loud like it was last year. And it came down to one thing. So they increased the ticket prices, 1. 2, and I guess the way they normally dole out the tickets to like the ultras, now Arsenal has ultras now.
Yeah.
They kind of reduced that too. So those people who are just there to just create that environment, they kind of like half their tickets now. So it's not, you don't get that energy from them anymore, even though the stadium is still loud, right?
Mm.
And I think it's unfortunate because it's a money grab. The team's trying to get more money. I get it. It's a business move, but you got to look at it from the perspective of what the energy in that stadium brings. They still got loud.
You got loud, but in a way.
But yeah. So give me your assessment of the game. What did you think of Brentford, how they came out, and what do you think of Arsenal's formation and how we played?
I think Arsenal's formation, same as usual, with the false nine of Kai Havertz. It's been working, I think Brentford almost. I think Brentford came out with a good plan, though. Honestly, sit back, absorb they absorbed pressure for so long,
And they're good at it.
they're very, very good at it. And when they got out of pressure and they went forward, it was frightening.
It was.
It was terrifying. And like, remember that one chance where Tony, he was like halfway, he launched that thing. He almost scored too. It was crazy.
That would have been goal of the season.
Goal of the season. Crazy. And I feel like
good.
Arsenal, they definitely dominated the first half. But like that goal that Brentford scored, it was a kill. That was like, see, when that goal went in, I was actually like, where I was like, yo, also might lose this game. I was like, ooh, this is not good. It brought back PTSD from a couple of years ago.
Absolutely.
I was like, oh.
For me, watching that game, it showed me how much we missed Martinelli.
Yes, yeah.
I did not think, what's his name?
Trossard?
Trossard had his best game.
That's not the type of game Trossard's supposed to be playing.
No, exactly. That's exactly what I was saying. I said, I would have preferred Havertz playing in that Trossard role, and then Gabriel play up front, Jesus play up front.
Well, I think the reason why he didn't start Jesus because he's not like fully.
No, he's not 100%. And to me, I probably even preferred for what's our backup winger's name? What?
This Nelson.
I would have preferred Reese Nelson to start that game.
Probably, yeah.
But I think it would have been a big slap in the face to Trossard. I get it. A lot of
Yeah,
people.
it makes sense for him to start him, but like he's not the right person for that
But if
game.
you noticed when Reese Nelson came on to each stand in the field, Trossard does not like to play out wide by the line. No, he likes to cut back inside. So it made it feel a little congested.
Yeah.
But with that being said, listen, I thought that game was going to end a draw.
Yeah, I was worried.
Because I didn't think, I wasn't worried per se that we were going to lose. I was worried that that game was going to end a draw, and that was going to be the beginning of a crumble for us.
Yeah.
Because if you remember last year, we got into almost the same thing, right? We were up one game, and then unfortunate, and then it just started rolling over. Just snowballed, right? So, but in this game, I get the feeling that Arsenal was determined to win.
Yeah.
Even the subs they brought on, they played well. And I would have loved to see Smith Rowe a little more. Who else would I love to see more of in that game? I don't know. But I like the fact that Nelson came in and he actually impacted the game. Nelson's pretty fast too.
He's really fast.
But with that being said, I think we got away. We got away with one, but it was a commitment to keep going forward. And listen, I said it last at the beginning of the season. I'm gonna say it again. We need to send West Ham like 50 million more.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Back on rice. That shot that hit the crossbar.
Oh my! If it started too far out, if it was a little bit farther in,
So with that being said, so let's get back to we've been analyzed both games. Now the three-headed horses, Man City, Liverpool, Arsenal. How are you feeling about that? And what do you see happening in the next couple of weeks?
Yo, so I ain't gonna lie. I will not be sold until Arsenal go to Manchester. After that game, we'll see. Because I feel it's because based on what I've seen, right?
Yeah.
Basically, it's all now. If you think about it, it's all in Arsenal's hands. Really, think about it. Win every single game by a decent score, win the league. Well, with goal difference though, but like still.
Okay, here's my thing. I was actually hoping that we will stay maybe like number 2 for now.
Someone kind of wanted Man City to win, so we still have that chase around.
But either way, my fear is I like how Arsenal was just underneath both of them, just having a quietly great season put together in the last 8 in a row, 9 in a row, whatever it was. I fear that when you're at that number 1, now everybody's chasing you.
Yeah.
So I'm a little trepidatious about that. I'm antsy about it.
I think Arsenal playing first in some games too.
Yeah. So like you said, I will feel a lot better, right? If by the time when we play them on Saturday, is it a Saturday game or a Sunday game?
It's 2 Sundays from today.
Sunday game?
Yep. And Liverpool play earlier that day.
Who is Liverpool playing? I'm trying to pull up my.
They're playing Brighton at home.
Okay, so we have Arsenal. Let's see how this plays out. The good thing is we're not traveling, right?
What do you mean we're not traveling?
What?
Yeah, we are. Oh yeah, we're not traveling in the week, but we don't play after.
Right. So we're gonna play.
Porto, and then we have like 2 weeks off, 3 weeks off. But it's international break though. Between that.
Yeah, which I really don't like that.
That's really bad because if Arsenal come back from this international, oh no. See, this is what happened last year. Oh.
My biggest concern is we're gonna come back and somebody's gonna be injured.
No, it's not even that. Last year, when we came out from the international break, we went down.
Yeah, but I also feel that that team has learned a lot more about themselves now. And
Yeah,
I think the little wrinkle of Jorginho giving Rice a little more leg.
yeah.
If Partey can replicate what Jorginho is doing right now,
If he can stay fit, they're
because
not.
they're slowly. Yesterday, well, yeah, was it yesterday when they brought him in? Uh, I know he's not sharp,
Yeah.
but if he can rep, and I hope he doesn't go to Ghana. I hope he doesn't get called. I'm not sure. I didn't check the team
Probably did.
news.
Knowing
I,
Ghana, they probably caught him.
I'm hoping the team says
He's still injured.
yeah. Well, I mean then again they've played let's see, Ghana FF. They're playing I don't know. I'm not. I'm trying to see who they're calling up, but I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
But if he goes, I'm worried. I would prefer him to stay around, stay sharp, and just build on what he's done so far. But hey, if we come back from international break and then it looks, but then again, the other team's going to look like that too, right? Man City's going to come back. They're going to have a lot of players going to international break as well.
They have a lot.
And we know their goalie is not going to be available for sure.
Well, we don't know. It could just be like a. Hey, we don't. Here at Civil Podcast, we don't wish.
We don't
injuries.
wish injuries on anybody. We just don't want him available for that game. That's all.
Absolutely.
So sorry.
Precautionary reasons. That's it.
The precautionary reason. I want him to be nice and healthy.
Yep.
Everything's fine. Just
After
not.
Arsenal, obviously. They don't need him right now. Not that important.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Just not for that one. So I just hope that we'll see. But
We'll see.
anyway,
Mr. Uncle,
yeah.
we shall move to our next segue.
Yes.
Aston Villa.
So hang on. There's two teams right now that is just absolute. The wheels are falling off. The tires are gone.
The wheels already fell off. The bumper fell off like 3 months ago.
The bottom fell off. What is going on with Aston Villa and Napoli? Tell me.
Yo, Aston Villa, like, I know they're not mid-table right now, but, like, I think that might be my mid-table. I'll go off on them later in mid-table. Okay. But, like, let me just give you a brief summary of what happened earlier today, right? So they let Tottenham Hotspur, right? It's 0-0 halftime, thinking, they build it up. The game's supposed to have a lot of goals, right? Have 0-0 halftime, think, okay, the game's gonna open up. So now Tottenham score, and score again. They score like 2 goals in like 5 minutes. So then my Scottish friend, John McGinney, viewers, you should watch the highlight of, oh my god. And he's like he forgot he's in England or something. Like, wants to go play like that tackle it wasn't even he just kicked the guy off, like, he took his legs from him. It was so bad. See, he just crumbled. Aston Villa been like, I know they're technically in good form right now, technically, but like they've been really struggling. It's crazy. I don't know, man.
Okay, so I mean,
that's just part of it.
I mean, I don't think anybody expected much of them. They expected there was going to be some competition, right? I certainly did, but I'm not expecting them to perform miracle, right?
I mean, it was in their hands. It's literally in, like, literally, like, it's not even just in their hands. Like, it got given to them because Tottenham and Man United have been pretty.
Yeah,
so, but they had like a 10-point gap like 3 weeks ago. So now they Tottenham win the game in hand. They
broke them. Yep.
Oh.
It's interesting. So what do you think about and compare them to Napoli? What is going on in Napoli? My goodness gracious. That's even worse right now.
I had a decent explanation of what's going on at Aston Villa right now,
Okay.
Whatever going on, whatever like whatever they put in the water in Naples, it's gotta be poisoned because Napoli has been awful this season. I know they were all good last year. They're really good. But it's like, for some reason, I don't know what it is. It's like once Spalletti left, it just kept going down.
So do you remember when we were talking about Leverkusen, or Bayern Leverkusen, and we said they're going to do well this season. They're going to win. But I worry.
They're going to lose the thing is that Napoli didn't even lose their players.
But
They
the
still have
damage,
it.
but it's the mentality, right? That is why that's why what Manchester City did in three years in a row is so impressive. It is difficult to keep a championship mentality after you win and try to go back and try to win some more.
Yeah, I know that, but let's be honest, right? Napoli, along with like Inter Milan, right? Probably have the best team in the entire Italian league.
This is true.
They're probably the best team. They're like seventh right now. I understand they've had like 5 managers this
Yeah.
season. So I know it's like kind of difficult to adapt, but like, come on.
But yeah, it always shocked me. I did not realize Bologna, Roma, and Atalanta are all ahead of Napoli.
That's crazy.
Bologna in particular, and Roma. Roma lost their coach.
Yeah, they just fired him ever since what's his name?
Rossi.
Rossi came in. Yo, they've been cooking.
But
Really
you
good.
have to understand again, and this is what I love about players who've played for a certain team before, and then they come back
And the coach, they have
and
that
they
like
coach. And
spirit. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's like the.
I don't know if you had an opportunity to watch Daniele De Rossi when in his prime. Listen, he was a problem.
Really?
And that team plays with his mentality right now.
Mm.
They are rugged. They play fearless.
Like pure Italian.
Yeah, it's really. I feel bad for Napoli. I'm happy, however, for any team who's gonna go pick off Crava and Osimhen and all this. You know what? Let me say something crazy very quick. I would actually prefer Arsenal take Crava over Osimhen.
We don't need either of them. He doesn't fit our system either. Maybe Kvaratskhelia would fit, but like you don't need him.
You don't need. Listen, we need competition on those two wings.
We don't
They
need
can play
another.
both sides.
I know you can play both. We don't need another wing.
Wow. Okay. Anyway, but yeah,
It's like Man City buying more players. They don't need more players. We don't.
Yeah, we're gonna need more players because let's say good willing we win the league, and I don't know how far we're gonna push it in Champions League. Right, we're gonna have a lot of competitions next year.
We don't play in the FA. We probably gonna get knocked in the first round of the FA Cup again.
We're not gonna get
We're
knocked out.
losing in like the first time we play in the Carabao Cup again. So we'll let them have that.
I think Arsenal is gonna compete in those, but yeah, it's really sad, and I do wish for Aston Villa a little untold story. I used to have a friend who played long time ago when Uncle was still a young buck. I used to have a friend who played at who was in the Aston Villa Academy.
Really?
And yeah. And we were trying to work with the channels to get me a tryout in Aston Villa. Long time ago. And I still have their sweatpants. I don't know where the sweatpants is anymore. But I had some of the gear that I was so when I was in high school, I completed a little bit before I broke my leg. And so the plan was I play out my senior year in high school, and then that summer I go out there, I go for a tryout. Well, you know what happened after. You know what happened now. Broke my leg, the cast is gone. So in somewhere in this heart of mine, there's still a soft spot for Austin. What could have been, right? What could have been, right? So there's still and I want to see them do really well, right? Yeah. But my goodness, they are just tumbling right now, and it's ugly. It's ugly. Anyway, we wish both of them luck. Well, I would like to see. I mean, I feel that Napoli is not far up. Napoli may not even make Champions League next year.
Why not make Europe in general?
Why not make Europe in general? That's bad. And
really...
if Aston Villa continues like this, they might crash out too.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, it depends on how far Arsenal and Man City go,
Yeah.
With the coefficient points, they might get 5th spots.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Okay, so my guy, talking about Champions League, that's a great segue. Actually, you know what? Let me roll that back. Since we're talking about Aston Villa, and you already alluded that they're going to be your Mandem of the week. So, allow me to do the introduction. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Mandem of the Week show presented by Aston. Please do note, I am not responsible for, nor do I sign up for anything he said. This is only and strictly a Sib's opinion. Do not come after me in my teams, in my chats, or in my anything. With that being said, Sib, take the floor.
Yo, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Table Mandems, obviously. My name is Aston, and I would like to elaborate on what I believe about Aston Villa, right? Yo, so this Aston Villa team, yeah? Yo, what's it called? They were flying a couple weeks ago, you know what I mean? They're flying, they're doing well, rising up the table, their fans were stringing, and then they start thinking, oh, yeah. With them, yeah. They think they're there. So let's start losing. Think of it. So they've just been so. It's like they're so. Every time they're like, it's like they should win. They don't win. It's like they barely scrape past what's it called, Luton Town. I mean, I don't know. So I don't even know if they deserve middle table, but I think it's just this game. This game, no, I think it's just. It's like a mid table. It's like bad Mandem of the week or something.
What the
This is bad. Just the week. Not even the week. Just the
Look
weekend.
at it this way. Okay, here's my thing, though. Here's my thing, right? And I'll challenge you a little bit. Here's my thing. In their last, what is it? In their last
They've
5
been
games.
pretty good the past couple. No, it's not even of the week. I can't find anybody for the week. Everybody's been decent for the week.
So I guess I see what you mean, because the game against Luton Town, they definitely should have lost that game. They barely beat Fulham.
Yeah.
Nottingham Forest game, everybody's beating Nottingham Forest right now.
No, so
Sorry?
I watched the game. No, Nottingham Forest was pretty good in that game.
Yeah, but and they're not too bad. They tied Everton, they lost to Newcastle. Yeah, it's like the games you expect them to rise up for, they're not doing that.
Consistently inconsistent. That's what it is.
They probably would say inconsistent Mandem of the week. Let's put it that way.
Very, very.
But I think I expect them to show up at some point, but I don't know. I'm trying to see how we can work, right? I'm trying to see, because look at the games they have next.
Yeah,
they play West Ham, they play Wolverhampton, and then they play Man City and Brentford. So that is their next 4 games.
And then Arsenal are after Brentford.
And then they have Arsenal right after that. And I'm hoping they're still in rust by then.
Not just rust. Like, well, what's worse?
Yeah. So let's see. I hope they do well. I really do. I have a soft spot for that team. So
I hope they get top 4, but I just hope that they're not doing very well by the time Arsenal play them.
Yeah, no, I hope they continue back to Arsenal. Yeah. But during that Arsenal game, I hope they get spanked. Right?
Yeah, and
keep it a tradition. Anyway, up next, Champions League.
Oh yes.
Once we have some nerve-wracking games coming up, right? Yeah. So Napoli, Barcelona, I think we can both agree that
that's like a mid-off right now.
That's like I think Barcelona is well.
Yeah, Barcelona is struggling too.
I don't know. I was gonna stop, but Barcelona doesn't give me we're really good vibe.
They were lining up for a 16-year-old guy.
Yeah. And Napoli doesn't.
So they played on Friday. The guy probably went to school in the morning. You know what I mean? Got back from school like what?
In pro. Don't go to school no more. They're homeschooled.
He's 16.
He gets homeschooled.
Well, he still have to homeschool in the morning, probably.
This is true. This is true.
Put out of homeschool. The guy's learning how to calculate what's it called? Like bx minus 2 plus 1 equals this.
Yeah, man. You know how I feel about math. Don't bring that up here. Don't bring that up here. I don't do math out here. So, except if you put a dollar sign in front of it, then I can do math. I'm no good there. Anyway, so the last game they played
against Mallorca.
Barcelona, Napoli, right? Your first leg, 1-1. What do you think? What's your prediction on how this one ends?
I don't know. To be honest, this is for the ending penalties. I think this is my ending penalties.
You think it's an end in penalties? Okay.
Probably.
Wait and see. It's on Tuesday, March 12th.
Scoring 0-0.
Next big one. Arsenal at Porto. The last game, Arsenal got a shocking loss, 1-0.
Yep.
I'm not even gonna try to. I'm hoping that a crowd shows up shows up.
So I really hope the crowd shows up.
Arsenal just go on to do
And
damage.
guess what, everybody? Obviously, your favorite person is on spring break. I got nothing to do at home. So I'm gonna watch the game. I'm gonna watch the game.
What makes you think you got nothing to do?
No, I mean like
I don't know if you know, but soccer tryouts are coming up.
I know. No, I mean like
You better start working out and training.
The game begins at 3:00 local time.
Mm-hmm.
So between 2:55 and like 5:00, I got nothing to do.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's 3 o'clock. That's two Central and 3 Eastern. Right?
It's at 3 Central.
It's at 3 Central?
Let's call European time and change it.
That is a late game.
Yep.
Anyway.
Even if I went to school, I'd probably get catch some of it.
Yeah, you definitely would be. We will catch the second half. So what do you think? What's the final score for that game?
Yo. I ain't gonna lie. I'm extremely worried. So I don't know what's gonna happen.
I think that game is gonna end 3-1.
3-1?
Yeah.
Yo. No, this game's ending like 1-1.
I think it's gonna end 1-1.
No, not 1.
It's gonna end 1-1 at halftime.
3-1. Yeah, 3-1. Yeah.
It's gonna be 1-1 at halftime. And then Arsenal's gonna pour it on in the second half.
Nah, bro. If it's 1-1 at halftime, I think Arsenal might lose.
Because they're gonna sit back. But I think
so just gonna like rip the engine off the bus so it can't move.
They're not coming in to try. But you might be surprised actually. Because a lot of this Portuguese team they don't come and they do stuff, they don't just sit back. They like to go at it, and they have a lot of pride, right? Yeah. So I wouldn't be surprised if they showed up and they wanted to play out, which would be to be detriment. I wouldn't know why they would do that, but I think Arsenal at home this season, they've shown that if you come to Arsenal, to Emirates, and you're not ready,
actually, it's the Arsenal Stadium because UEFA does not allow sponsors to be on the name of the stadium, so it's Arsenal Stadium.
It's silly. I think that's silly. It's a silly rule. But bit tidbit there. All right, next one. Atletico Inter. Who you got?
Yo, I've seen some odds recently, and it said that Inter's probably gonna win. Atletico Madrid, they don't have Antoine Griezmann, so they looked pretty discombobulated this past week. So it might not go well for them. So I think Inter's gonna go through.
Okay. And then the final one, in the return line, I think this might be a good one. Dortmund, Eindhoven.
I don't know. Actually,
I think the only thing that's going to happen in that game, Dortmund is playing at home.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
And everybody knows what happens when you play in front of that yellow wall.
Yo, that yellow wall.
That stadium.
I think that's the one thing I want to go to. Other than the Emirates, I've actually been to the Emirates.
You've been to the Emirates. I haven't been to the Emirates. Maybe at the end of this episode, we'll put pictures up of us at the Emirates just because.
Oh, yeah.
But,
other than the Emirates, right? Yo, if I could go to Norway State, the live game.
What is the name of that stadium again?
It's actually, according to UEFA's rules, it's the B5 Stadium.
What is the actual name?
The Signal Iduna Park.
I would love to go to that stadium too.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is about the stadiums that they build, not the round ones, like the square looking stadiums.
No, I think the thing is that like for the where the yellow wall is, it's actually standing.
It's a standing only.
It's standing.
Why? I remember one of my friends, TJ, had mentioned he went to watch a game in Italy once, and I think he sat with the ultras.
Ugh.
and he was not allowed to sit the entire game, game.
Yeah, they don't sit.
So, which is great. I would actually like to experience that one day. Just the sheer. I might have a headache after and might not be able to walk for the rest of the day.
I'm waving the flag.
But you better wave that hand. That's not 100% right now.
Okay.
All right. I'll stop. All right. With that being said, right? I actually wanted to take a moment to recognize two things. One, to all y'all who were dissing habits, who were going after him, saying it wasn't good, all this stuff. Y'all can shove it where the sun don't shine. Okay. That's it. Back to regular. All right. The next one, I wanted to actually give the coach. I said, like, what happened to him? I wanted to give the head coach of the Wolverhampton Wanderers.
Oh yeah,
Big
Sir Gary O'Neill.
Gary O'Neill. If you have a moment, to our audience and listeners and viewers, go and look at the story of Gary O'Neill and how he got to that squad and the magic he is performing with that squad.
Yes.
I think he, apart from Arteta, who if Arsenal wins the league, he should be coach of the year.
Honestly, I have what's called. It might be a controversial opinion, but like, if you won the league, right, you shouldn't be able to win manager of the year. You know what I mean?
Why not?
I feel like there should be two different managers of the year. You know what I mean? Like the person that
you coach your team so well, you guys got to the end and you won.
I know, but like, see, I feel like, in my opinion, right, Gary O'Neill probably deserves manager of the year more than Arteta does.
I agree, 1000%.
But Arteta's gonna win it if they win. If say, for example, Arsenal win the league, Arteta's probably gonna win it.
Well, if you also look at it from how many manager of the month he's won more than any other coach in Premier League this season.
Has he?
I think so. On the last time,
I'm pretty sure it's Ange Postecoglou.
I think you keep him just like the fact that he says mate. That's all.
Oh, I lied.
Mate. Anyway, so it's been a good episode today. We went through that real quick. I did not think we were gonna go. We've gone far.
Also, one more thing.
Yeah.
On the topic of Arsenal, there's one man and one man only that probably probably kept Arsenal from getting relegated back in the bad times.
Mm-hmm.
Pierre-Emerick Aubameyangs, right? This man is cooking in France right now.
That's true.
He's doing very well in France right now. He has 11 goals and 7 assists in like 25 games. It's pretty good. The guy's like 34. He's old. Dang.
Yeah, I remember I went to look up his numbers. The fact that in 33 appearances in League One, he has 16 goals, that is just...
It's great.
For his age, yeah, I get it that League One is a farmers league and it's not really
34 though.
Well, to be 34 and be doing what he's doing, right? I think he's, but then again, he's also getting paid $150,000 per week, which is probably the lowest he's gotten in a long time.
Yes. You'd be looking at his paycheck like, wow.
Yeah, like what is going on, bro? I can't
afford this.
Yeah, because when he was at Arsenal, he was getting paid 350 euros, 350,000 euros a week.
Coffee.
So now he's getting half of that.
Not even half, like a third.
But I also think that
it's
a little more than a third, but
Chelsea paid him too.
Yeah, they paid him too, but I think that reality hit him, and now he's just focused, right? The only problem with Aubameyangs is he plays one season really well, right? He has his timeline for any team is like 2 seasons, 2 really good seasons, and then after that, double. So, anyway,
See,
so
this is exactly why there's something wrong with Chelsea, because he didn't last 6 months at Chelsea. No, 12 months he didn't last at Chelsea. So
that's
Chelsea,
not him. That's a Chelsea problem.
that's Chelsea.
That's a Chelsea problem. That's a
You couldn't
Chelsea.
get nothing out of him. He just did.
They just paid him to go away.
Yeah.
Which is wild. They paid him to go away. Anyway, Sim, this has been fun.
Great fun.
Again, I just want to say shout out to all our fans, our audience, our viewers. Again, remember we are on all major podcast platforms and YouTube.
Yeah, on YouTube.
Remember to subscribe, share, like, send it to your WhatsApp group. Follow us on Instagram at @SipandOnPod. Look for us on Apple, iTunes, iHeart, Amazon, Spotify. We truly, truly do appreciate the support, the love. And I think next week we might have a guest on. I think next week we might have a guest on. I'll keep it quiet if I keep it hush. You may not know what it is. You may know who it is. So just impredict. Anyways, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, it has been the Sip and On podcast. Thank you for listening and have a lovely week. Have a good week. Sip.
You too.
1, 2.